now listening to Fresh Out, the world's most dangerous music podcast on the OMG Network and rawcynic.com.
F to the R to the S to the H to the O to the U to the T. That Fresh Out.
What's up? We back, baby.
Let's get it, man. What's good?
Again and
First
again
of the
and
month, pay your
again.
rent.
And again and again.
What's
baby.
good,
That's
man?
right,
again
baby.
and again, again and again.
That's
Man,
right.
Jake Kent with the D. Pause. What's good?
What's good, man? What's good? What's good? What's good?
Hey, man. Hey, you represent Trick right. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Always,
yeah.
you know, I got love for the D, man. So my
Yeah.
favorite
Yeah.
artist. Pause a million times.
Million pause.
A million times on that.
LB the Podfather was good, man.
I got love for Detroit.
All day.
I
Just
clarified
pizza.
that one. Okay, that's smart, brother.
Yeah. To clarify that.
LB the Podfather was good, man.
Don't get
Hey,
no
man.
confusion.
I'm living good, man. Everything is well. You know what I'm saying?
It's
We-
not even
we
cold
ready
in
for
the
summer.
D. Pause, man. It's warm up
Nah,
right
man.
now.
Yeah,
It's
man.
so warm in
In the D. Pause.
It don't rain out this day. It
Pause,
don't rain out
pause.
this day.
Oh, man, pause all day.
Yeah,
Bebo P
you
the
know.
pop. Bebo P was good, man.
Bebo P over here just, feeling congratulatory off of a certain somebody.
Oh
that
man,
I
Team
seen in-
Johnny up in the joint. Let's
Okay,
go.
hey man, hey, support all victims, man. That's
Shout
how I
out
support all
to
victims.
Johnny Depp on the win, man. Get that 15 milli. Was it 15 or 16?
15, but after the 2 mil that I think that Amber Heard won, it's going to be like a $13 million situation after that difference.
Fellas, take
Yeah,
notes.
so-
You
Yeah.
can leave. You can leave your situation and get bread. You know what I'm saying? Just take some pictures
Yeah,
and record some conversations.
But she didn't deserve a penny though. Like that's
She really
Of
kinda
didn't.
different
course.
at all. So
The-
to me, she still got off smooth. I mean, the fact that she
Oh,
got
yeah.
anything.
Oh yeah.
So to me, I don't see this as an L
Yeah.
for Amber Heard at all.
Facts. And you know she ain't gonna pay
It's-
that bread, man. She gonna be in court forever, man. She ain't
she
pay that
ain't
bread.
gonna pay it,
Man.
man. I'm just glad
Johnny
that,
over here
the
playing
Johnny,
guitar anyway. He overseas playing guitar anyway, man.
Hey,
probably
doing
got a little
something,
eight
man.
ball. Probably got a little 8 ball on him. Enjoying his life. You know what I'm saying? Shout
Yeah,
out.
man.
Hey,
Shout out to
man.
Johnny.
Oh man.
If first of all, if you don't understand, it's June 1st. This is officially hot girl city boy summer, man. Like everybody going crazy. If you got ghosted today, you know why? Because you was a spring situation. Now it's the summertime. Just so you know.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So if you got like, what happened, dude? This is summertime. It's a wrap, bro.
That's how they
So-
doing out here in these streets, huh?
Everybody's Memorial Day was good and all that, right?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. How
Yeah,
about
man.
yours, brother?
Hey man, a family, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, you know, they always trying to eat ribs and all that, man. I'm trying to go a little plant-based, you know what I'm saying?
There
It's
you
not
go,
good
there
when
you
you're
go.
around black folks, man. You want to go plant-based.
There you go.
Hey man, you ain't had
birthday
that did you have that corn ribs? They got the corn ribs.
Yeah, they got that-
Man,
Nah,
that
corn
that
ribs.
just sound like bubble gut territory.
Yeah,
when you
bubble
say
gut
corn
and
ribs.
everything. You can't put no
Yeah,
hot sauce.
stop.
Can't fix that joint.
Somebody
you
need to give LB the stop for them corn ribs.
Hey, listen, I didn't do it. You know, they, apparently it's,
I know you didn't make 'em
popular
up,
with the
you know
kids.
what I'm saying?
Boy, y'all about to
I
get
can
Jay
see like
Hampton.
I can see Master P selling like some seasoned corn ribs though. Like,
Boy.
Hey, come get it, man. It's for your culture, man. Go
you
get
know what
it.
I'm saying? For get your health right for the culture. And we'll get this
Man.
New Orleans seasoning on them too.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Well, hey,
basically
well,
what it
first of
is.
all, if y'all
Cajun
new to
corn
the show,
ribs.
if y'all new to the show are returning, man, this is Fresh Out, man. We got the best
You know us.
hip hop commentaries, period, man.
Facts.
Bebo
facts.
P, J Kemp, man, LB the Podfather. We here every Wednesday, 9:30. We're on all your social media, man. Go back and check out our catalog. That gives us some bread. If you like what we doing, hit the Cash App, man. Fresh
Cash
Out
is
Show.
outside. You know
Let's
what to
go.
do.
You know what I'm
Do it,
saying?
man.
Every
Cash is
Wednesday we here.
outside, baby. Y'all know the deal. And
Come
shout
on,
out
man.
to Champion. Shout out to
Debo
our
Crump.
Hey,
I
take
see.
it 20%, man. Hit the link below.
Yeah, man.
Bebo Bennett.
Every Wednesday, man, we're gonna give y'all a little something. So Bebo, man, what's the book of the week, real quick, before we go into these topics, man?
Book of the week. This Wednesday, really this week, I should say, is a book by Kumo D titled "There Is a 3-Letter G Word on the Mic," subtitled "The True 50 Greatest MCs." Man,
Man,
hey y'all,
dope
this
book.
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
book.
yeah, definitely a dope book. It's definitely a read that it dropped back in like 03, I think, where
Add it
Kumo
to
D
your
gives
arsenal.
definitely got to add it, man. Kumo D just gave you he just gives you his top 50 hip hop artists and ranks them into 16 categories from my last count. So you're definitely going to get like a comprehensive ranking system along with why he believes each artist is ranked where they are in his book. And until Kumo D comes out with that follow-up book titled The True 50 Greatest Groups in Hip Hop, go ahead and purchase this 224-page book and let us know your thoughts in the comment section of our platforms all throughout social media once y'all check it out if y'all haven't.
Yes, sir.
Shout out Nightmare, man. Nightmare remember the book, you know what I'm saying? You know?
Yeah, peace to Nightmare. Yeah, you know the deal. You know it.
Man.
Hey,
yeah.
I'm definitely copying that. But hey, man, it's $40, man. I looked it up online. I said,
Hey,
man,
man.
no.
Hey,
$40.
The price of the books are going up, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, classic.
Hey, no, great selection, man. J Camp. Every week we're gonna do a bars of the week, man, from J Camp.
Oh,
J Camp, who's your bars of the week, man? You know what I'm saying?
Man, my bars of the week definitely goes out to TF, Rock Marciano, and Flea Lord, man. That Blame Kansas.
Okay.
That Blame Kansas album is a problem. We already know Rock Marciano got beats for days. He got bars for days too, but his beats has always been heavy.
I didn't see it. I'm new to the game. Yeah, you put me on, so
absolutely. I mean, if you're a fan of like, Griselda, stuff like, Crime Apple, any of them like East Coast New York cats, the underground scene. If you're a fan of that, you're gonna love that Blame Kansas album, man. It's a problem.
Then.
Came out in February 22, so it's not like fresh on the street, but it's fresh enough.
To me. When you put in the group chat, I was like, oh,
you know what I'm saying?
That's how the Conway joint. I was like, oh, okay, yeah.
It's fresh enough. Yeah. It's fresh enough.
Okay.
Hey, man. Well, every week we trying to get your playlist right, man. Get that Tekashi out of there. You know what I'm saying? Get all that other crap out of there, man.
Get Drake out of there.
Get the bars in
there. You know
what I'm saying? L was out last week. Or the weekend. J Camp, you was moving and shaking. So I gotta get y'all's real quick opinion, man, on that Verzuz, man, before we go in.
Let us hear it, brothers. Let's go.
Man. Y'all two got the mic, man. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all got it. It's all y'all.
Hey, man, I'm gonna have to default to Camp because, man, I didn't even get a chance to watch it. Honestly, man, that's how booked my time is, man.
Hey, it's all good.
Real quick before J Camp
I was tuned in. Go ahead.
Hold on. I'm just gonna play intermediary. L, before J Camp goes in, since he saw it and you didn't, who do you think got it, if anybody? And overall, we know it's a win for the South and just the culture of hip hop. But between the two, who do you think ended up getting it?
L Carter already though.
But after it's all said and done, you know what I'm saying?
You ain't seen
it. So I didn't get a chance to digest last week. I said just off the top, I was like 8Ball and MJG.
Right. You and I agree. Now that it's happened, who do you think?
I've sat with it for a little bit, and I still think that it was probably a 8Ball and MJG thing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I think from crowd reactions and Twitter that that was the case. But I'll let you fellas let me know who actually came away with that win.
No, J Camp, that's all you based on.
I absolutely co-sign LB. I will throw a caveat out there that I feel like it was not necessarily fair when you don't have the pimp out there with the chinchilla, the swag,
that changes
you know
everything.
what I'm saying, the whole just talking cash, bro. Like you don't have that element out there. One half.
Hey, Bumpy held it down, but you 100%
no, Bumpy
right.
did an unbelievable job, and I want to tip my cap to how well oiled all these dudes are. Like you can tell these are professional rappers. These are professional entertainers. There was no flaws in any of the production, none of the rhyming. There was no flaws in that. Like these dudes are professionals. I want to tip my cap from one MC to another. Like that was, again, that's motivation. When you see dudes just go out there and handle their business with ease like that. And I'm gonna just give Bun B his flowers, because when he did Merc, to me, when he performed that's worth like 3 points alone.
Hey man, the dude's breath control, man.
Breath
Breathing control was crazy, man.
It was
breath
crazy.
control is crazy, and the fact that was one of the, at the time, one of the illest verses out the South at the time when that first dropped. Bun B, when he was on B High, he even said he was getting phone calls from cats, you know what I'm saying, on the East who didn't even really mess with cats down South like that. Talking about, yo, I heard that verse. You know what I'm saying? To me, that put UGK on a different level as far as like coast to coast, that Bun B. So I'm glad he got to perform that. But I definitely want to salute 8-Ball and MJG. For people who don't really realize how long their catalog is. It's a crazy catalog.
Heavy. Lonnie
the same, UGK the same. But again, when you hear Pimp C voice over just the record and him not performing it, it's hard to really Pimp C's not out there. It's different.
It's different. It's
you know what I'm saying?
Different.
That's why it's hard for me to really claim a winner. But if I just have to, man, 8-Ball and MJG did their thing. And you can tell these do again, the seasoning that they have, the chemistry was on full display. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to 8-Ball for clearing up some stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Hey man, I love they swag, man. Like 8-Ball MJG swag is so cool, man. Like they flawless, rap. Bro.
Dude, like when that Mr. Big, when 8-Ball was going in on that Mr. Big, we talked about breath control.
He did.
Bun B.
Yeah, man.
8-Ball had the same thing. They don't have the hype man.
They don't.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these cats. No, these dudes is on stage by themselves.
No dancers, no nothing.
Nothing.
Right.
No nothing.
Right.
And that's what I was saying with cats like Kendrick Live. When you can go out there and do your thing by yourself, with no dancers, no hype man, to me, that's MCing.
Hey, that's hard, man. That's real talk. That's
and it's
real
hard to do. People don't understand how hard that is.
And I just want to add
breath quick when you hype. You lose breath quick when you hype. Go ahead, El. You got it.
No, I was just gonna add a little bit of context too around the whole like South and East thing that sometimes I don't know if the kids understand as much these days, but there was a point in time when people felt like dudes from the South couldn't rap. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Right.
Facts.
Like we fully understand that, but I'm not sure that if you were born in 2002, if you fully understand that, you know what I'm saying?
There was MCs in the South.
Oh yeah.
No, there was definitely.
They didn't get no respect from New York at all.
They did.
No, and I was glad too, El, to see
felt that way, you know.
MJG get his flowers too. I was so happy to see MJG get his flowers because that dude, man. He's in that Luda, that Buster mode. You can put MJG on any beat.
Again, like Nightmare said, the rhyme pattern and flow, Nightmare spot on, man. It like his breath control, like it was just. I mean, you had rappers like coming to see them. You know what I'm saying? You had Titty Boy, you had a lot of cats just in the audience, man. You know what I'm saying?
And cats don't make music for the whip no more. UGK and MJG make music you can ride to. Like they make the Sunday at the park. Every city,
Shiny Park, dog, drop top.
Every city got a park on Sunday where cats hit up. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you from like the Midwest, the South, we got parks we hit up.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because
crack that trunk open.
Man, it's such trunk music for the park. And I was just saying last week real quick, you could just take the audio from that show and every song just goes ham.
Every song goes, bro.
It rolls. I mean, the whole show
you have to give them props, man.
You do.
And the rhyming too. Like I was just glad to see those guys get their flowers, man. Because sometimes we talk about cats who don't get the respect that they truly deserve and the work that they put in over decades. Right. UGK and MJG been doing their thing since the late 80s.
They have.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, they had them Shirley Temple joints, you know what I'm saying?
They had curls. They had a wet, very pause.
Jay Kemp, was there anything you didn't like about the show or anything they should have changed?
I wouldn't feel in the crowd. I'll be honest, man. Like,
that's why you my guy, man. I didn't like it either.
Like, and I understand there's a lot of cats in there was our age. They in there to kind of stunt a little bit. They out the house. Some of them for the first time. They should have done it in Houston,
bro.
It should have been in Memphis or it should have been in Houston. I feel like it would have meant more in those cities. You know what I'm saying?
It definitely.
And I definitely feel like the other thing I didn't like too, and I know this ain't on Bun, but I wish they would have had more Pimp C like solo tracks play, because Pimp C got some classics.
He does. That one you played the group chat.
Yeah, because they both 8 Ball. I mean, even Bun did play a couple of solos off his stuff, but Ball has some songs off Lost, and then MJG has some solos off his album. I just wish Pimp C would have got a little bit more shine. I want to see a little bit more homage paid to Pimp C. I know this was a hard situation for Bun B to do that without him next to him.
Plus 4 or 5 days of preparation.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, think about what he was going through emotionally to step out there without his brother not being there with him. In a situation where there's flowers being given. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably the only, but I mean, overall, man, this was a great show. It felt good.
It was.
I was in tune. I would have paid, no telling what I would have paid to see this, but I would have paid, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, these.
And don't get me wrong, I get the small venue joint. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're there, but to me, just to pay homage to Pimp and Bun, 8 Ball, and
it means a lot, man.
The stage was like kind of like my first pony. You know what I'm saying?
So, it was My Little Pony.
Not that my first pony.
It was a Fisher Price. Fisher Price. It was Fisher Price. It was Fisher Price. But I mean, if you can get over that
Teddy
piece
Ruxpin,
of it, but that's what, again, when you got true entertainers up there who can kind of
they made it work.
They made it work. Yeah, they made it work.
Dude, Jazzy Faye was up there. You know that thing was small.
Man, Tila too. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Tila Chinchilla was bigger than the whole stage.
The Chinchilla was serious.
I just wish the crowd would have been a little bit more into it, man. And maybe they didn't pan enough to people who was really. I think a lot of cats was rapping the bars.
The females was rapping harder than the dudes were.
Yeah, I seen that, but I you know, it was a lot of gray beards out there. I was like, come on, fellas. You know what I'm saying? This is our time. You know what I'm saying? I know some 40-somethings. A lot of them was in the crowd.
They said a lot of people couldn't get into the venue either because the venue was so small. They had a lot of people outside.
That don't surprise me. That don't surprise me at all.
But like I said, man, great show. If you haven't seen it, go check it out, man. Verzuz actually did it right. Listen to us, and they kept it up on. They put it on YouTube, and it's still up there. So go check it out. You know, definitely.
Yeah, they made up for the Onyx and Cypress Hill situation.
Oh, absolutely.
All day. We gotta talk about another legend, man. You know what I'm saying? Prodigy, man. Okay. Shout out to Prodigy, man. His family. Anybody down with the Mobb Deep crew. His music hasn't been on streaming services since 2019. If you didn't know that, officially, finally, it will be actually back up with new music. What you guys' thoughts on this, real quick, man? This is a win to me for hip hop.
That's definitely a win, man. Yeah, definitely a win. We just got done talking about UGK and 8 Ball and MJG. Mobb Deep is also another one of those groups that deserve to be held in high regard for the work they put in. But also the music that they flooded us with. And Prodigy, I mean, outside of the Mobb Deep stuff, he's got a lot of solo stuff, man, that's out there. And a lot of this stuff is phenomenal, too. So I'm glad that his family, his people around him, you know what I'm saying, his estate, whatever that's looking like, I'm glad that they're able to kind of reap the benefits of the world getting more Prodigy music. Like Slim said, this is a win for hip hop. I salute everybody involved in this, and I definitely want to hear. I know there's some Prodigy, probably a lot of Prodigy verses out there that's just chilling in the crate,
sitting in the crates, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Let's get that music out there, man. The world needs to hear more of Mobb Deep. We need that. HNIC is a classic. Facts on that nightmare. HNIC.
I want to get that on my license plate for real.
Man, me and Slim jammed that in New York so much. You know what I'm saying? That beat was just dumb. The bars was crazy. But yeah, man, we need more. We need more of that.
We do. Hey, when it comes to like legal disputes of this nature, 3 years worth of it in this case is certainly not a good thing to learn about.
It's not.
Right. But through it all, though, as J Camp indicated, we're just glad that new business partnerships were made here in order for us fans of the late Legends music to be redistributed via stream, along with which, by the way, I think the only 2 albums that was available on stream was Return of the Mac and Product of the 80s, I think it was. Yeah. But everything else was off. But
Return of the Mac was dope too.
It was. But hey, you know, you had talked about some other music, and that's definitely coming because there's apparently a Mobb Deep album that's in the works, and two more solos, Hegelian dialect albums that's coming. One I think is this month.
Yeah, because he was a hard worker, man. Like Prodigy put in a lot of work.
Oh yeah, he did.
A lot of work. That's how I knew. Like he probably got about 5 albums worth of music still out there. Chilling. Maybe even more.
I mean, we all been missing at least in our fray here at Fresh Out and folks of our ilk. You know, we definitely been missing this legend, man. So hey, this is the news that we definitely been wanting to see and hear. So we definitely look forward to his solo music and the Mobb Deep album that's coming in due time.
Before L goes in, man, like I kind of bought that the infamous joint just because I saw that first video that they had. It was crazy. Then Diddy was dancing. I was like, how they get Diddy in the hood? They must be dope if they got Diddy in the hood. And then LB had that Hell on Earth on CD. So he got me on the Hell on Earth joint because he had that joint. That joint was fire. So
it was crazy.
For L, go in and whatnot, man. But L put me on that Hell on Earth though. That was just crazy. I thought it was just one hit wonder joints, and they went in. You know what I'm saying? LB, what was your thoughts on this joint, man?
Listen, man. Hey, man, Mobb Deep is Mobb Deep, man. Like, there's nothing you can take away from them. There's nothing you can say differently about, who they was and what they did and whatnot. And man, I love what Mobb Deep delivered. I love the beats more than anything, man. I loved the rhymes.
Crazy.
You know what I'm
saying?
Havoc
was crazy on the production.
But they were definitely one of the first people where I was checking for the beats. You know what I'm saying? But man,
Alchemist, shout out to Alchemist too.
But I checked for the rhymes like crazy as well. And I mean, you know what? These guys is just they just an integral part of hip hop, man. You gotta have them, you need them. And this is also why like people like me don't always just get into the streaming services, because there is so much stuff out there, man, that they just miss. You know what I'm saying? And streaming services are like perfect for if you just want to catch what's the latest and the greatest. But if you come from a space like the people that are usually 40 and older, that have seen a few things and heard a few albums, and you ever want to just go back digging in the crates, man, you'll come up short a lot of times. And this is one of them, And then for the longest, that's what it was like with Aaliyah and some of that stuff. And then the other thing I always tell people is, like, man, I got a bunch of like remixes and mixtape stuff that's just like, it's never gonna hit these services, man. And so like, I gotta have a way to listen to them, because honestly, when some of the illest stuff was in the remixes and the mixtapes, that was, man,
shout out to LimeWire for blessing us with that. Even though they gave us viruses too, but shout out to LimeWire. We got a lot of dope mixtapes.
Your mom can't print out for a report because you're on there downloading the book.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Niggas with that Napster.
Well, like I said, the other thing too, man, is shout out to whoever got this deal done, because now it puts more money in his estate too. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And this is why we kind of, are what we'll be talking about later on is like, man, people don't understand, man, your catalog as an artist, man, that's your bloodline. So if you do own your catalog, or you're working on building yours up, man, keep it as long as you can. You know what I'm saying? But again, man, shout out. We need that Prodigy. We need somebody to come in and DMX the game. It's getting kind of softy out here, man.
Man.
Everybody doing TikTok little dances and boo. Like, we need some real hardcore. You know what I'm saying?
All day.
And so, hardcore, of course,
east to the west, baby. Okay,
go to that west, y'all,
all
man.
Right,
like
east to the
this
west.
Mount Westmore. We've talked about Mount Westmore before. If you don't know who that is actually Snoop, my guy, Too Short, Ice Cube, and E40. You know what I'm saying?
Living legends.
Yeah, rap royalty on the West Coast. Just rap period. They're dropping the album June 7th. But this is a big deal, though. To me it is. But is it a big deal for hip hop, man, to see the OGs coming back in the game?
This is absolutely a huge deal.
Yeah,
absolutely a huge deal.
Go in, Professor Phipps. Professor P. Go in, bro.
Bebo. I'm trying to weed out the Remy's of the world, but now, like you said, Bebo, this is beyond huge for hip hop, man. Because kids need to understand these four dudes here are literally Mount Rushmore. Let's not even say Westmore. These dudes are Rushmore. These are some of the best artists that hip hop has seen. Some of the most decorated artists. Some of the most. I bet E40 has triple the albums of some of your favorite artists.
Yeah,
I'm talking about you, Drake to the world, J. Cole's. That dude got. E40 stays in the lab. I talk about Currency a lot as far as guys who's in the lab like all the time. But E40 was really in the lab all the time. And still is, and still be going to like Warriors games and all the Bay Area teams. 40 still hitting up while cutting albums. And of course, we already know about Snoop, Cube, the work they put into not only as Cube with NWA, but also all his solo projects, man. I mean, this is something that to me has been we've been waiting on something like this for a long time. I mean, how often have we talked about fantasizing putting together groups of some of our favorite rappers? And these dudes actually did that. You know how much ego is in this picture right here? None of these dudes needed to do that. None of these dudes needed the stamp. They didn't need it.
And they don't need the bread.
No, they don't need the bread, man.
No,
and the fact that they're willing to do this, doing it for hip hop, and man, I'm so happy. I can't wait till it drops. I mean, if I had to go to the store and actually buy it, I'd be one of them dudes waiting in line, like if some Jordans coming out. I would be that dude waiting in line for this album to drop. And this is huge.
Hey man, wouldn't it be crazy if the East Coast could do something like this?
I would
but
love
again,
it,
like you said, too much ego.
Too much ego, man. We could have had like a 50 Cent, a Jay-Z, a Nas, a Jadakiss. We could have had that type of album years ago, but none of them dudes could get out of their own way.
Decades ago,
you know what I'm saying?
This should have happened.
They couldn't. And I've always said too, cities like Houston, LA, they're notorious for supporting their own.
They are.
So it's easy to see something like this come together. Even though E40 is from the Bay, I'll just say Cali in general. Cali supports their own. New York has never been on that. It's always been a lot of turf stuff, just random.
They bring it into
stuff,
boroughs
man.
and not just saying New York.
Yeah, and to me, that's kind of. I mean, we can get into this some other time, but that's the reason why New York is not where it should be at the Pantheon now. You know what I'm saying? Like, because Houston, ATL, LA, the Bay, they all support their artists, which is why they can come together and do this.
Right.
I salute. Go ahead, Bebo.
No, like you said, we salute, man, this union. And these are definitely credible, top tier. I mean, just legends, to say the least. This is definitely a dope union that needs to happen. It kind of reminds me of when Ice Cube, Mac 10, and Dub C formed West Side Connection as, three West Coast powerhouse artists back in 96, I think it was, and they did their thing at that time with a couple of albums. And, you fast forward to today, we have four powerhouses set to splash the West Side, and really just the game entirely for music they started recording when the pandemic hit. And
that single's dope too. They
man, the subwoofer, that's grooving. That subwoofer is grooving. Man. Hey, there's some other tracks. There's one called there's a snippet out there. There's a snippet called FU, and it's dope, and it has like a funny hook, and it kind of reminded me of ODB rap when he rapped, "You ain't ish, your mama ain't ish." This y'all go check out a track called FU. Or at least a snippet per the date of this recording and so forth. But then there's another track. Oh, God bless. It's called Bad Emmer Effer. That is a heat rock. That's so player.
Absolutely.
I mean, with those songs or those tastes, those appetizers, and such a collaboration to form and release this month, I believe. I think Mount Westmore has a strong album coming down the pipe.
Well, the other thing too is this album will be released on Death Row's new label.
Okay,
So this is a really dope situation for them. And then also, most of these dudes are basically they own their own music and they're not signed to anybody besides Snoop. So this was a win all the way around, man. So again, I wish more dudes, man, some Miami cats, Atlanta cats. We need to see some Mount Westmores in Atlanta, Miami, New York, in those situations as well. So hopefully we'll see those cats, man, as they kind of go in and just kind of, move from there. So again, this is a dope situation, man. And I can't wait to kind of see everything kind of move the way it's supposed to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So again, like I said, just checking that bull out. But
wow, man, he needs to.
We gotta go from wasty to pasty, you know what I'm saying?
The ghostliest picture.
Oh wow,
his catalog got bought out, man. But what are you guys' thoughts on that, man? So he sold it for $100 million, but I'm not a fan of people selling a bull.
Same.
What's your thoughts on this, man?
L, do you have any thoughts on this one, man? Since you just came back, or you want us to set this one out for you, brother? I got you. I got you.
You know what? I have no problem with it. I got no problem with it, man. I got no problem with people selling their catalog.
But don't you think he's losing bread though?
I mean, at the end of the day, to me,
I don't necessarily think that.
Okay.
I don't always think
ahead,
that, right? I do think that there's like a value that is associated with your catalog, right?
Okay.
And sometimes that value goes up and sometimes that value goes down. And you know what? Like honestly, if it's worth like if it's only worth like 90 million or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Like it might only be worth 60 million 2 years from now. You might not be getting the same spins that you used
like
to.
Timberland Records though? Like
you know what I'm saying?
Timberlake and Timberland Records?
I don't know what those numbers are, but it's an easy economics problem. They do it all the time in every other business. I don't see why you can't apply it to music and just say, you know what, like the value's up. I'm ready to cash out and I want to take my cash and I want to do something else because I don't want to wait on the long-term returns because that number, whatever it is, let's say it's 100 million or something like that. That's over the lifetime of your catalog. You know what I'm saying? So they talking about 100 years or so more. And so I guess, yeah, you could say, well, I could wait this 100 years and my kids could eat off of this for however long because there'll be a steady stream of money that comes in, blah, 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 blah.
I think it's kids.
But it's like, okay, that's 100 million, but that's still just saying like, oh, that's $1 million or $10 million over 100 years. Or you can have your 100 million right now. It's no different than a lottery to me, right? They can say, hey, do you want to take 100 million over 30 years, or do you want to just give you this lump sum of 30 million right now? Everybody's like, oh, what the 100 million is always worth more. It's not always worth more. Sometimes 30 million in your pocket today is worth more than 100 million over 30 years or whatever.
Well, let's be clear. Let's be clear. The company who bought them out is this, investment company who basically has got their funding from Blackstone, the evil empire, Blackstone. And they have $4 billion to spend. Now, let's be clear of who they've already got so far already. They got Rico Love, RZA, Sean Garrett, Shakira, Skrillex, The Dream, Timberland's catalog. They got all their catalog. This they own all the music. Pusha T, Justin Timberlake, 50 Cent, and the list goes on. Eric Bellinger, the list goes on. And Rodney Jerkins too. Pause. So Jerkins. So anyway,
jerkin
but so much Jerkins out. Yeah, man. What's up? I mean, 50 Cent sold his joint. So what? I mean, do you think everybody's cashing out because they need the money because of COVID and other situations because the money's died down, or you think this is just a strategic business move, like LB said?
I mean, it might be a little bit of both, but to me, man, it's an L to your kids. How you going to give away what you basically work hard for? Like that's your career. You just gonna give that up for a check.
But you're not giving it away though, right? I mean, you giving it away for a value. You're saying, here's the value of what I have. And my thing is like, here's my other piece that I'll just add and I'll let you get back to it, is that like you can still take that 10 million and go make another 100 million because you have 10 million in cash right now that you could have never made if you didn't have that 10 million in cash to invest and do something in. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's to say that you're not taking that 10 million and putting it in Facebook in 03 or Google in 2000 or whatever other things that might be going on? Like, it's about having like liquidity and choosing to do what you want with the liquidity that you have. Now, you could also butcher it and just blow it all on, you know, jewelry and houses and stuff. But, you know, it's, to me, it's your choice though. You have the option to kind of take that cash, but it could go either way, right? You could make another 100 million off of that, and then people be saying, oh, well, you was foolish, man. You could have invested in whatever, and you could have made 10x, 100x, and you decided not to because you was trying to hold on to your catalog or whatever. And so that's
let me push back a little bit before you go in, J Camp.
Okay.
Motown sold their catalog, their entire catalog, Motown Records, Berry Gordy, Detroit, shout out to you, sold it for 61 million at that time in 88. That was huge. That was a huge amount of money. Now 61 million don't look all that hot. So would it be the same thing as like, hey, you selling for 100, but it's worth 2.2 bill? You just got to sit on it. You know what I'm saying? For your family, your grandchildren, da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, Berry Gordy sold it for 61 million in 88. But imagine all that money that they're still making off that catalog right now. They probably made about 3 billion off of that Motown catalog to this day.
But you got to work that catalog though too, right?
Facts.
Once you get it, you got to work it. You got to have people that's in there that's working and trying to get them into commercials, and you got to exploit the value that comes with having those songs too. And there's a lot of work that goes into that.
Listen,
you know?
I get all that, but to me, that's kind of like, and I get it from a liquidity perspective. I mean, because you can eat like now, and like what Elle was saying, like about the value trajectory of that today. But when I think about it as far as like your legacy, I don't want some random dude like a Diddy having my copyrights that my son should have. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want him to eat off my hard work because I want my last name, my MC name to mean something when I'm done. When I hang it up, when I'm gone, I want him to control my ish, how I should be heard, because I feel like I'm going to put him into a position to where he's gonna know who his pops is. He's gonna know what his pops meant to the world. So if I'm Timberlake, that dude got some timeless music. So it's not like some of that stuff won't continue to grow and gain additional value. I just feel like, man, you let your kids handle that and let them eat off that, because at the end of the day, your art is attached to that. I don't want no random people having my copyrights.
You can't even remix your own music.
No, you can't do nothing to it. So I think it's, I mean, to, you know, for me personally, you know, just for the love of the art, I feel like it's a bad move. Now, if he's in some financial peril, that's different. I get it. You got to live, but if he's not in a financial situation, to me, it's like, you got to have something you can pass down, bro. Like, that is you handing down the keys to your legacy, man, because what if your kids become phenomenal artists? That's something in their treasure trove. I mean, again, man, mentally, I wouldn't be able to do that. But again, I get it. You know, I mean, what he's doing. I mean, you know, 100 mil is 100 mil. You know, it is what it is. I'm not saying that it's poor. I just feel like it's in poor taste, because I would have kept my ish.
Well, you know, BOP, before you go in, BOP, was this a Vanilla Ice situation? Was this a Suge Knight on the balcony?
Is the Koofy getting put on?
I'm just asking the question. I'm just asking the question. I mean, is this more of like a shakedown joint? You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead and say it, L.
No.
They're Furious Styles Koofy.
I just wanted to.
I mean, we know Vanilla got lifted, dog. You know what I'm saying?
He did, but
before you get to it, I will say that 61 million in 1988 would have been the equivalent of about 150 million in today's dollars. Just so that we kind of like put things in perspective, right? We always got to talk about what it is.
Yeah, that was a lot of money back then, man.
There was a lot of money.
That was a bread truck.
But the people love Motown today. I can't even imagine what their value
All
would
the
be
white
today.
people dancing to it still.
Oh, my goodness, man. With that Marvin, man. Marvin's music is. I mean, when we dead and gone, that's still gonna be playing.
Yep.
No, and I'm with you. Listen, I'm with J Camp in this one. I wouldn't do it if it was me, but I understand why some people do it.
I know. I get it too.
Put the
That's why I'm saying I agree with you too, L. Absolutely. I
put the Koofy on. Put the Koofy
Go ahead,
on,
man.
What could this be? Like a Vanilla situation? You know what I mean?
you keep a Koofy. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
I'm going to say it for
Johnny,
you.
let's go, Team Johnny.
Hold on. You said the magic name today. I had to count it, make sure all my
count the bread up, man.
Count that bread up. No, but I don't think it's
the guap.
Man, the guapatorial. No, I can't give this a Vanilla Ice situation, man. I can't. Yeah, guapatorial. We make it up over here, Fresh Out. No, I can't give this a Vanilla Ice over the balcony situation, man. I think this is.
You saying somebody in Memphis didn't pull up on it, man?
No, I don't think nobody pulled up on him, man. I've been noticing a lot of artists, whether they're solo acts or groups, do this across like in and outside of hip hop R&B. You know what I'm saying? Even in rock and roll, you had the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Neil Young, and so I mean Neil Young.
This is why you come to Fresh Out. By the way,
so many cats, man. Like somebody said,
Neil Young didn't give his entire catalog away. I think he gave away like the Boo Boo songs.
Bars.
I think he just gave away gave away like certain rights. I think it was of his stuff. So yeah, I think you're right about that.
But that's like LB giving up the LB and Socrates album, but keeping the Goodfellas. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to
Socrates. Wow. Oh yeah, we give that up. I'm gonna keep the Goodfellas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but no, this
gonna keep that quarter till.
No, but I mean, like I said, you got Shakira, man, it's quarter till. Rest in peace, to quarter till.
R.I.P. man.
Yeah, like Shakira, you got Barry Manilow. They sold all their catalogs, like we just talked about. Neil Young, Bob Dylan, RZA, the cat from Bon Jovi, Richie.
One company
Richie
owns this whole.
But we all got mad at RZA for doing it.
Man, I mean, but the thing is, there's at least a few private equity firms that has done this, in partnership with these artists. But I think really just to really, let me say this too. I really appreciated the dialogue that I heard between you brothers about this, because I needed to hear the other side outside of just the legacy stuff, because speaking outside
me too.
Yeah.
I'm glad L went in.
Yeah,
came back to this.
Oh yeah, and by the way,
L's that true businessman. Go ahead, sell the whole gang, baby.
Oh yeah,
L put his ninja smoke down.
Yeah, he did.
Right back.
Shout out to L.
Came
you know
back.
what I'm saying?
No.
That's the intelligent brother way to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
Oh yeah. But like J Camp said, outside of like personal financial woes that may be lurking, like if these A-list artists are realizing that there's uncertainty in the market, like not only today with inflation and such, but down the road with like few to several years from now, then they're probably thinking that today's estimated projections, they're not promised to be tomorrow's financial outcome. So why not cash out
today's
price? What's that? Hold on, brother. Hold on. Finish that right now. Hold on. I'm ready. Go ahead.
Yesterday's price is not today's price, especially when they only get pennies on the dollar in the streaming services, and they don't have physical CDs anymore.
Right.
LB might be right.
He might be right, because there's a pattern going on here. And here's the other thing too, not to get political, but there's a lot of wealthy people that are reacting to the this administration's recent capital gains tax
Koofy
rate
just got put
increased.
on at 44.52.
Go ahead.
That Kofi just got put on. Go ahead, man.
Kufo
4458.
No. You know, the Biden administration, you know, with the capital gains tax, it's going up from the 20% to 39.6, I believe it is. So what that means is whatever amount that these artists would profit from selling their music to equity firms like Hypnosis and what's the other one? I mean, obviously Universal and others. These artists would much rather pay like that 20% out of whatever they profit to the government as opposed to nearly 40, which is dang near double. So, you know, that's another thing to consider as well.
Hey man, these artists don't even want to tour anymore. They want to go to festivals, make a lump sum and go home, or do a residency in Vegas. They don't even want to tour.
Right. And by the way, when it all comes down to it, I'm with you, brothers. Like, I wouldn't sell it just for the purpose of legacy and what that means, regardless of whatever it does profit wise down the line in actuality in comparison to projections or whatever. Like, there's just something unique and rich about having your own, which is what we always talk about here at Fresh Out. Regardless of how much it makes or doesn't make, it's yours. Yeah. It's yours.
I think like what Slim said too, like just being able to remix that later on down the road. Like if that needs to be refreshed or rebuffed, like that Goodfellas album, but if that needs to be refreshed or rebuffed with some today's heat, you know what I'm saying?
You have that option.
Or this thing, you can take the song and here you go. I got some songs that I wrote a while back in the day, and I can give it to somebody else that's popping right now.
Yeah.
Well, also you have control over it. Talked about this last
so
week.
Who can sample it? Who can't? Who licenses it out for movies and all that? And you know what I'm saying? Like Mariah Carey, she ain't never selling that Christmas album.
No,
she ain't never selling that Christmas album. But like I said, like LB said, you do have to work those albums too. Real talk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And with, like I said, there's no physicals anymore. The streaming, you getting pennies on the dollar. And this thing, Jimmy Iovine sold his catalog to this company as well. Yep. So everybody's probably just like follow the leader. You know what I'm saying?
I think Bob Marley's
while we can, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
Hedge me outside.
Yeah, I mean, and that's not to say there's not any like financial cats who kind of understand the market, you know, like consulting these folks. Like, look, cash in now, which is what LB was saying.
Yeah,
you cash in now. You know what I'm saying, or face the consequences later. Yeah. But
so maybe it could be kind of like the housing market.
Absolutely.
You know, the housing market is hot and stuff, and you know, at some point you just like, hey, I need to sell my house right now. Go.
Hey,
it's
funny you say that, brother, because you know this Blackstone firm.
This is why we're talking about this, and you won't hear this on any other black or hip hop show. We're going to be talking about actual music industry business, which Blackstone was an evil company. They own all the real estate. Now they're trying to own all the music. So it's just sad when you listen to a RZA beat, it's owned by some body equity from the other side, you know what I'm saying? So,
and they're gonna end up selling it. Some little Joe Blow dude in Montana is gonna be remixing.
And then this is the crazy thing. Now when you do a Wu-Tang movie, you can't even give your own music up because you don't own it. You can't even play your music in your own movie.
And that's the problem. So when you want to do the biographical stuff, when you want to do the biographies, when you want to do, if you don't own it, you're not gonna eat off of it,
man. So let's just understand that the equity firm Blackstone, which again is the Iceberg was saying, is funding Hypnosis. Man, basically, they are poised to continue to acquire as much real estate, probably C-grade residences and so forth, since it costs more to build. But like they're poised to like get as much real estate as they can, and their total assets are nearly $900 billion. They're like 880 billion. So folks talk about Apple dang near becoming $1 trillion company or whatever. This company with its total assets is dang near there as well. And you got them funding another company with the head of Hypnosis, basically operating in a similar fashion since like 2018. But his real estate is the music, because music, you know, no matter what the economy's doing or whatever, in most cases, like with the pandemic, people ran to music, which is why you have Verzuz. You know what I'm saying? Because that music is an asset that's hard to depreciate. And these folks understand that. So
Like what J. Kim said, they're gonna be listening to Marvin Gaye.
Yep.
For generations to come.
Yep, they are.
I'm keeping my catalog. And if you don't understand a catalog, understand when Michael Jackson bought that Beatles catalog, they wanted to beat his ass because they understood that he basically bought it for pennies on a dollar. And every time this colored person plays Beatles, you giving money to this person right here.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
You almost sound like you talking about Michael Jackson there a little bit, brother.
So now you wonder why they hated Michael and they put all this stupid stuff on him so they would drain him for his bread and he sell that catalog. Give me that Koof, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like I said, at the end of the day, man, you know, when you don't understand ownership, man, it's a whole different ball game. And like I said, when you don't, it's like signing, it's like what Joe Buttons did with the podcast. He had a dope product, but he didn't understand ownership. Hey man, you don't get any of the advertising dollars when they actually put your stuff out there. You don't get any of the back end money. You just get front end,
right?
And that's not long term bread for you know your family. You got to think about your grandkids, man. When you're a creator, you know what I'm saying. You may not really eat off your stuff. Maybe people eat off of it when you gone, like a Pop Smoke. You know what I'm saying. Hopefully, he had his publishing, so his estate can run it. You know what I'm saying.
Right.
So. Again, man, like you're creative, man. Just think about it, especially black men and women. Just focus on creativity. Don't always go for the bag. But I understand it. I get it. I see the angle. And shout out to LB on that. He's having some technical difficulties, but I understand what he's saying. But I'm just, I'm for the hood. I'm repping for the hood, man. I gotta keep the bread. You know,
it's about legacy, regardless of the value. There's something to it.
Speaking of legacy, man, and somebody who understands it, man, Kanye, man, he's doing a great thing with his kids. He's understanding what's going on. I wish he would have done that with Kim, but whatever. He basically came back on Instagram,
right in,
man, and basically kind of announced his whole little McDonald's little collabo with the redesign. It's looking kind of the kids at the when you was in grade school that didn't have no money. It's looking kind of like that situation, but. What's you guys' thoughts on Kanye actually doing the McDonald's collabo, which is crazy because his label mate Pusha T just did some with Arby's and this McDonald's. So, what's your thoughts on this move, and do you think it's calculated?
I think it's. I definitely think it's strategic, to say the least, as of late. I mean, it's not a coincidence that your music / business partner is on one end of the spectrum as far as competitors is concerned within the fast food realm. And then, you're on the other side. I will say this though, as well. Ye, he's been a McDonald's fan. Like he's always talking about, or at least expressing or showing how McDonald's is his favorite fast food restaurant. Like, I think it was like maybe 7 or so years ago, he pulled up in a drive-through in like a sports car, like a Lamborghini or Ferrari or something like that, just to get drive-through. And then like a few years ago, like he had pulled up in like this like monster vehicle or whatever to do the same thing. He's done yeah. I think he's done some gold digger type of business collaboration years ago. When it comes to, business ventures. So this isn't the first time that he's done business with McDonald's, to my understanding. And, but yeah, overall, I think it's a divide and conquer situation between what Ye's doing here with this sus design that we're seeing on the screen, and what Pusha T's doing on his end with the Arby's partnership as well.
What's your thing, J. Kim, on this, man? Since you're a McDonald's guy,
stop. Bebo basically just killed that, man. I mean, I think it's definitely. Kanye don't do anything unless it has some type of monetary value behind it. Like it's got to be some type of,
as it should be, though,
marketing push for him. Exactly as it should be, and Kanye has made a lot of very good business decisions lately. So I don't see this being a bad one either. I mean, this ain't going to be like the sweetie sauce or whatever it was that she had.
That's a Cretan sauce.
Yeah. It ain't going to be nothing like that. I mean, this is going to be probably like the Travis Scott joint, to be honest.
Yeah,
I mean, is kind of like the way I look at it as far as how this is gonna blow up. But nah, man, Kanye. I mean, he hit one out the park with this one, man. You know, Kanye's gonna eat off this.
Even the design.
Now the design's trash. I mean, we can all say that. Yeah, we can all admit that. Man. But still, though, I mean, it's Kanye hooking up with Mickey D's. I'm always calling Mickey D's, man.
Yeah, so, come on, man.
Yeah.
Ever since they had Calvin's gonna own one now since Kanye's in the building. Calvin, Calvin's gonna win. But no, I think it's a dope look too, man. I agree with you both of you guys, man. It's a dope win. I mean, hopefully they get a salad on the menu, or maybe it's a vegan sandwich or something like that. Black people, we already got a shake. We don't need no more McNuttons.
You talking about Kanye gonna have the meatless burger?
Yeah, that meatless pause, that Beyond Meat though. That taco, no taco meat. You know what I'm saying?
Taco.
Get that taco meat out of there. But I think it's like I said, I think it's a dope joint, man. And again, salute to Kanye for just being a genius, man. He's laughing to the bank, man. Everybody think he's crazy. He laughing to the bank, man.
Look at that face right there. Y'all see what Iceberg talking about?
Yeah, man. Before we get out of here, man, what's your flowers of the week, man? Before we get out of here,
man, I'm gonna go with Jason Green, aka Planet Asia, out of Fresno.
Nice.
Planet Asia, definitely one of my favorite MCs still today. Still doing this thing. You know what I'm saying? Another cat right around our age. You know what I'm saying? I gotta stick with the cats, man, who I feel deserves the flowers, man, who's not, on the prominent commercial scene. But man, Planet Asia still working with the DJ Muggs of the world, the Mad Libs of the world. He's still working with some of the best producers. He's still been killing the 5 Fingers of Death type freestyles on all the major stations like Sway. He's been on Sway in the Morning. He's been really the Shade, all the Shade 4 or 5 shows Planet Asia has been on. You know what I'm saying? Rhyming. So
15,
we talked about
LPs, 9 EPs. He's been
putting 9 EPs, and we talked about cats who phenomenal breath control, phenomenal delivery.
Oh yeah, lyrics is crazy.
He owns the stage. We just talked about that with Bun B, 8Ball, and MJG. He's the same way. He don't need no hype man. It's all breath control, man.
Oh yeah, he does his thing. Yeah.
But shout out to Planet Asia, man. Fresno stand up. Been doing this thing for a while, man.
All day. I'm gonna keep it at the East Coast on my end, and I'm gonna go with Heather B. Most hip hop. Yeah.
Hey, man, I'm not gonna say why I like Heather B, but
Jersey, Georgia,
shout out to Heather
Jersey
B.
City. That's right.
Shout out to Jersey, man.
That's right. Listen to those flowers before I can.
Heather B, sexy, man. Let's be clear, hot.
Oh yeah, keep going. Y'all doing justice to the flowers.
Hey man, and also one of the best radio personalities out there too, man. You gotta give her flowers. She holds it down in a industry full of crazy men. She holds it down and has been holding it down.
Does.
So as you give your flowers a big Heather B on the mic too. Let's be serious.
Oh yeah, she gets a lot of respect on that mic, bro.
Hey, most folks recognize her from her current co-hosting on Sway in the Morning, but I'm telling y'all that Taking Minds album that she dropped in 9-6, that was pretty much a road through to me. I mean, and shout out, by the way, to KRS-One's brother, DJ Kenny Parker, I believe the name is. He was one of the producers from Boogie Down Productions. He's the one, he crafted like all the beats except one, which was by the Beat Miners, but still, hey, DJ Kenny, he repped Heather very well. And like 3 out of those 10 songs were singles at the time that charted, I think, pretty well. With All Glocks Down being the most referenced in hip hop. She's she does her thing in the acting arena too. If y'all remember, for those who've seen it, what was that character's name in Dead Presidents?
Dead President.
It Peaches?
Yeah,
Peaches. And I haven't seen this movie, but it was the remake of Death Wish that she acted in as well, where Bruce Willis was the star. So hey, don't sleep on her. She got
and shout out to Who was the original Death Wish dude? That was
Charles Bronson.
Charles Bronson, man. Hard body.
Hey man, hey, let's not forget too, man. She was one of the main reasons why a lot of black people watched The Real World on MTV.
Yep.
She was on the first. She was on that first season, so
She
been holding it down too, man. She actually ushered in that whole series, man, because she brought a lot of like realism to that crazy cast. Because the black dudes are just off the chain, so they misrepresented us all the way. So
man, but no, peace all the way from us to you, Heather B. And keep doing your thing, sister. Iceberg, who is it?
Hey, man, like I said, man, we always do the artist situation, pause. But we saw the Verzuz situation last week, and a lot of the people that you saw on the stage were groomed by this man, Tony Draper. I think I may have talked about him before, but he was the CEO of Swab House, who brought you Tila, 8-Ball, MJG, Crime Boss, Chico DeBarge was on some of the off the chain Value One, man. He did an album with Rick Ross. He's the Southern, in my opinion, Russell
South Circle too, right?
South Circle as well. He's the Russell Simmons of the South, in my opinion. Obviously, you have Jay Prince, man, which is he's the Don Dada. Let's be clear.
He's the Don.
He's the Don. You know what I'm saying? But to me, the dude right next to him are a little bit underneath him, man, was Tony Draper, and he was so quiet. He basically did everything. He walked into a restaurant, you wouldn't even know who he was, but he had his hands on the buttons and levers, man, of Southern hip hop and rap, man, in the late 80s, early 90s, all the way through even to the 2000s, man. So you gotta respect Tony Draper. He's done a lot of deals. He knows what he's doing. He's a major figure, man, that most people don't talk about. And this is why we do Hip Hop Flowers of the Week. My man, Tony Draper, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to show some love, man. Swab House all day. Welcome to the Swab House. Come on, man.
Man,
and I know everybody watching the game, you know what I'm saying? The views are low this episode on the live. I know everybody going in on that Golden State Celtics joint, you know what I'm saying?
Peace to Golden State.
We still here, you know what I'm saying? Watch the replay, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's all good.
Anything else going down, man, before we get out of here, man? Any shout outs?
Man, just shout out to everybody who is who's been rocking with us and continues to do so. I'm gonna go ahead and also say rest in peace to the victims of the St. Francis massacre that happened today in Tulsa, Oklahoma, as well as Master P's daughters leaving us
Tatiana,
as well. Tatiana Miller, much love, along with fatal shooting attacks against innocent victims, y'all. And Master P, stated this: mental illness and substance abuse, they are indeed real issues. So definitely keep your head on constant swivel out here in public in terms of being safe, or at least as safe as can be, and definitely work toward the necessary help that you need for either you or someone that you care about if that help is needed. Again, please continue to just be as safe as possible out here. And on a brighter note, again, congratulations to Johnny Depp for his legal victory earlier today. And thank you all for your ongoing support of FRSHOUT, the world's most dangerous podcast, Rap City, no basement. And God bless y'all.
Jay Camp, go ahead and take us home, man.
It's all you, brother.
Yeah, I just want to echo everything that Bebo P beautifully said. Shout out to all the victims in New York, Texas, and what was the Oklahoma.
Also, yep.
It's a lot of unrest, upheaval in the world today, man. Just pray for peace. This is one of the reasons why I feel, not to get off on that tangent, but we gotta get people back in the church, man. We gotta get back in the book, man, to kind of understand. There's a higher power out here that we should be giving our thanks. We have a lot to be thankful for, man. And I feel that one of those is to respect life, man. Respect the fact that we're still able to be in the flesh. You know what I'm saying? We're still able to be 10 toes. You know what I'm saying? On concrete,
we still got a chance to get it right, and it won't be that chance, or chances won't be here for 2 months longer if we keep, just
it won't be here
on,
for too much longer, man.
Yeah,
and we can't have people,
Show
disrespecting life, man, and taking that from us, man. So
right.
I'm gonna just pray for peace for the world, man. But salute to all of our followers, man, and just a quick fact check. Slim, the game is tomorrow, so I know we didn't have a lot of people rocking with us today, but we know y'all rocking with us in spirit. We definitely gonna catch y'all on the Rebusy. We're gonna holler at y'all next week. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, that like button, hit that notification bell. So when we on, we on. I know some of y'all don't be hitting the notification bell. So if you don't hit that, you're not gonna know when we rocking. We rocking out, man. Facts. So again, peace and love. Salute to Bebo Peace, the Icebergs him. Salute to LB. Fresh out. You know the drill.
Peace. All day. Peace.
Hold up. You're now listening to Fresh Out, the world's most dangerous music podcast on the OMG Network.